My name is Miles Morales, and I thought I was the one and only Spider-Man.
Dimension opening now.
Until today.
You're like me.
Hey guys.
How many more Spider people are there?
Hey fellas.
Hello.
This could not get any weirder.
It can get weirder.
We need to get back to our universes soon.
If we don't work together, none of us will have a home to go home to. Let's go!
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Do animals talk? Because I don't want to freak him out.
In theaters December 14th.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Into the Spider-Verse, which is Sony's new movie. So firstly, I want to thank Sony Pictures UK for inviting me to a press screening last night in Leicester Square at Cineworld. It was such a cool screening on an iMac. But I want to thank my subscribers, because without this channel, I wouldn't have been invited, and I wouldn't get invited to early screenings and press screenings for as many movies as I do. So guys, thank you very much, and thank you, Sony. Such a cool movie. Best Spider-Man movie ever. Yes, best Spider-Man movie ever. I totally love this movie so much. And it opens to the public on the 12th of December, I believe. Well, at least it does in the UK. I'm not sure about other countries. I think it's a worldwide release. So we're not going to go over spoilers in this video because it's too early to talk about any kind of stuff. There will be a spoiler review and post-credit video coming out closer, or probably most likely after the movie's out, because there's so many Easter eggs. I can't wait to watch this movie again and again and again, and there's so many Easter eggs. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the content. And we're also doing a special giveaway this month, because now we hit 50,000 subscribers. Haven't actually said what the prize will be, but I'll give that away just before Christmas. But if you do want to enter the fortnightly competition for either the Infinity War Blu-ray or Deadpool 2 Super Duper Doo Edition or Ant-Man and the Wasp, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and let me know down below, who is your favorite villain? I mean, seeing as it's a Spider-Man video, who is your favorite Spider-Man villain? So this movie is insane. Insane. I'm not even hyping it up. I did put my first reaction on Twitter and on my community tab, and I said it's the best superhero movie this year, and people freaked out. It's like, it can't be better than Infinity War. Well, it is, but it's a completely different kind of movie, to be honest. The movie itself involves every version of Spider-Man in every kind of possible way you can think about. You will love it. It's pulling straight from the comics. Such a visually stunning movie. As I said before, I really can't wait to see it. But I suggest if you do go and watch it, try and watch it in an IMAX cinema. Absolutely amazing. I knew this movie was going to be good before I went to watch it, but I was like, damn, that is really, really good. I'm not kidding when I say the best Spider-Man movie ever, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. And yes, I do think it's better than Infinity War. I might get some stick for that, but it's a completely different environment for the movie. The whole screen I was in stitches throughout, and there weren't any cringy jokes. They're like jokes that flowed lovely. They weren't cringe. You know, like sometimes when a movie they try and put jokes in and they just don't work. Well, for me, every joke punched. It hit. So without going into too much detail, best Stan Lee cameo ever. The crowd started clapping. It was a sad kind of scene, not for the actual scene. I'm not going to say what happened, but for the fact that Stan Lee passed and he created Spider-Man, and the whole crowd kind of clapped, and kind of it hit you. It will hit you hard when you see it, because it's his first cameo role since he deceased, rest in peace. So like I said, I won't go into too much detail, but such a cool cameo role in the Sony animated picture movie. The movie visually looks stunning, and in my opinion, it should be nominated for an animation movie. At times I felt like this wasn't an animation movie. At times I felt like I was in a live action movie. To be honest, there was parts of the movie that were 2D, parts that felt 3D, and you got to understand, this is made by the same animation company that made the Emoji Movie. That's why I was a bit skeptical about how visually stunning it actually was. I was lost in parts. It was that damn good. But if you do suffer from epilepsy, I believe it's called, and I believe that's how you pronounce it, some parts might make your eyes kind of like blink, I guess, because there are some crazy visual colors when we see the multiverse. That's not really giving anything away because that's in the description for the movie. So from all the trailers, you should understand from the title, it's called Into the Spideyverse. So it's a movie that's literally going through a lot of different variations of a character of Spider-Man traveling through the universe inside the multiverse of Spider-Man. I'd go as far as compare it to the Batman Lego movie, which should be the standard of all animation superhero movies, and I'd say it's better. So without going into too much detail, the main star is Miles Morales of the movie, and they do such a smashing job. We have a version of Peter Parker voiced by Jake Johnson. We have Gwen Stacy, aka Spidey Gwen. These are the main characters in terms of the actual Spider-Man characters. Then we have other Spider-Man characters. We have the 1930s Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man Noir, voiced by Nicolas Cage. And finally, Nicolas Cage has found his role in a superhero movie. We have Penny Parker, we have Peter Porker, aka Spider-Ham. These side characters are so cool. So what is the plot without going into too much detail? So Spider-Man crosses into parallel dimension and teams up with different variations of Spider-Man in other dimensions to stop a threat in all reality and stop crushing all reality. So it is kind of a generic-ish storyline in a way, but it just works. It punches. Really is hard to kind of turn a comic book storyline into an animation movie on such a big scale, because it's not just one Spider-Man movie, it's literally every variation of Spider-Man in a way, because you could say in many ways one of the Spider-Mans is literally like Tobey Maguire's version, he's like Tom Holland's version, he's like every variation of live action Spider-Man we've ever had. So it's absolutely insane. The music throughout this movie is absolutely fire, and I cannot wait for it to come on iTunes. There's like Biggie, there's some other stuff, I don't want to ruin the music, but it just plays perfect, syncs up with what's going on, and damn, the music, the visuals, the kind of audio actors are so fire. This movie, I cannot rate it higher. So on Rotten Tomato, they've already given it 100%. So people are like, no, you can't get 100%. But a lot of people don't understand how it works. So most people don't understand how it works. So if you actually go ahead and look, the average rating is 8.8 out of 10 based on 38 Rotten Tomato verified reviewers. So it's given 100% fresh. But that doesn't mean everyone gave it 100%. So Sony have already confirmed a sequel to Into the Spideyverse and a female character spin-off, aka Gwen Stacy, most likely, although I'm not really sure if that's confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that is. So this tells you so much about the movie. The fact that 2 weeks before the movie's coming out, the embargo's lifted, they're letting reviewers, press people, media people review the movie and come out with full spoilers. So Sony must be so confident going into this movie before the public release that everyone's going to love it based on what the critics have said. And for once, I actually agree with the RT critics. They're spot on. This movie is fire. Maybe it's partially got something to do with Venom smashing 820 million at the box office, beating the likes of Wonder Woman, Spider-Man 2 and stuff like this. But I know I'm going to get some hate in the comment section. But guys, this is the best Spider-Man movie ever. I posted it on my community tab on YouTube, and someone says, have Sony paid you to say that? No, literally, there's so many consistent reviewers saying, damn, best Spider-Man movie ever. I mean, a lot of people, there's been a lot of big superhero movies this year, but in my opinion, this is the most fun. Infinity War was fire. Was it fun? Not really. Well, it was fun in parts, but this movie is more lighthearted, yet there's some seriousness, yet there's a lot of strong storytelling. If you don't really know a lot about Spider-Mans, then you could go into this movie and you'd learn a lot, because without giving too much away, I hate doing reviews when I can't go into spoiler territory, but there's so much origin story. You're gonna have to watch this a couple of times because there's so much happening. It's the most rewatchable movie that I can think of. Like, I watched it last night and I really want to watch it again, but I can't because it doesn't come out till the 12th of December in the UK, at least. I think 13th or 14th in the US, but it's just fire. And I know, like, it sounds like I'm fanboying, but this movie is so great. Miles Morales in this movie is amazing. We even get the likes of Aunt May, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's such a cool spin on every variation of Spider-Man. Such a cool movie. I was really surprised, and if I was to review this movie and give it a number out of 10, I would give it a 9 out of 10, 90%. Such a cool movie. I can't give a movie 100% because no movie is perfect. So anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know, have you seen the movie? If you've luckily somehow got to see it, are you gonna see the movie? Go watch it. Best Spider-Man movie ever. Hopefully I went into enough detail. I'm always a bit skeptical about doing non-spoilery reviews because you can't go into, there's so much detail I want to say about the post-credit scene and the Stan Lee cameo and other bits about the main plot. I mean, obviously, you know, some of the villains, but I don't really want to go too much in the villains. Obviously, you know, Kingpin's in it, the Prowler's in it, etc. That's not spoilery stuff because they're in the trailers, but I can't wait to post my actual spoiler review. I'll do that when the movie's actually out. But guys, go check this movie out. Such a good movie. Thanks again to Sony Pictures UK for inviting me to watch this movie. Such a great movie. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment. If you do want to enter the competition, just follow the rules like I said at the start of the video, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.
My name is Miles Morales, and in my world, I'm the one and only Spider-Man. That is, until he showed up.
And it's a no on the cape.
I think it's cool.
Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape. All right, you ready?
Hey guys,
Who are you?
I'm Gwen Stacy. I'm from another dimension.
How many more Spider people are there?
Hey, fellas.
Hello.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder. My name is Peter Porker.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person. Miles, where did you go?
Can Spider-Man turn invisible?
Not in my universe. Wow, this is incredible. Some kind of fight or flight thing.
What's that? Hey, Peter. I think this is a cape.
Whoa.